A'ja Wilson's just a big bully. Look at this. Throws Lexi Hall on the ground.
The Las Vegas Aces came out swinging with elbows, flops, and cheap shots, but the Indiana Fever didn't flinch. Every time A'ja Wilson pushed or Vegas tried to shove, Indiana responded with pace, aggression, and sheer resilience. What Vegas saw as intimidation turned into desperation. And when Kelsey Mitchell silenced the arena with big shot after big shot, it wasn't just points. It was revenge. This isn't just about a win. It's about how the Fever exposed dirty play, turned Vegas arrogance against them. And what exactly did Lexi Hall say after being on the receiving end of most of A'ja Wilson's dirty plays? Comment Fever Show to show your support for the Fever, despite all the adversity thrown against them. Let's go. Feeding Vegas 89-73 to take game 1 hours before tip-off. The spotlight in Las Vegas was on A'ja Wilson holding her MVP trophy. It was supposed to be a night of celebration for the Aces, a reminder to the rest of the league that this was their time, their series, and their crown to defend. But by the time the final horn sounded, that trophy presentation felt more like a distraction than a triumph. The shine of the moment dimmed quickly once the game began, because everything the Aces thought would be easy turned out to be anything but. Coming in, the Aces were handed the label of heavy favorites. Media chatter made it sound like Indiana barely deserved to share the floor. That script was set long before they even left the locker room. Vegas had the champions, the star power, the streak. Indiana? They had a roster missing 6 players thanks to injuries. Caitlin Clark couldn't play. Sophie Cunningham was out. Sydney Colson was sidelined. And the list didn't stop there. For most experts, the matchup seemed unfair, a battle already decided. And that smug confidence trickled right down to the Vegas bench, where head coach Becky Hammon had gone on record reminding everyone that the Fever hadn't even seen the real Aces yet. The tone was clear. This was supposed to be a statement game. But while Vegas passed in all that pregame build-up, the Fever were treated like a footnote. You could hear it in the way analysts talked about them. Indiana was an afterthought, just the latest obstacle for Aces to brush aside on their quest to another title. And honestly, that worked out perfectly for the Fever, because when nobody expects you to win, you play free. You don't feel pressure. You take it off the table completely. And that freedom showed the second the ball went up. Instead of caving to the noise, Indiana hit Vegas with pace right away. The ball zipped around, shots dropped, and the Aces, for all their swagger, looked a half-step slow. Suddenly, it wasn't Indiana carrying the pressure. It was Las Vegas, the 2-time champs who were supposed to roll now, forced into a fight they weren't expecting. And it's amazing how quickly arrogant starts to look like panic when the underdog refuses to fold. By the end of the night, the story everyone had ignored was front page. 72% of teams who claim Game 1 in a best-of-5 end up winning the series. That little upset just flipped the math completely, and the Aces, rattled on their own floor, were already showing signs of frustration they couldn't hide.